Have you ever heard the saying, all roads lead to Rome?
Yeah.
It always makes me think of all the entrepreneurs and business owners that I work with. Because here's the thing, I don't know if you're an entrepreneur or you know someone who is, but what I see happening all the time is business owners burning themselves out, getting overwhelmed and frustrated, and falling out of love with their businesses. Burnout is now so common that the World Health Organization has classified it as a legitimate medical diagnosis. Doctors can recognize the signs by a depletion of energy, feeling completely drained, disconnection or dissociation with your work, maybe feelings of negativity or cynicism, or a significant drop-off in performance. But that's not why you started your business. Where's all the freedom, all the success, the ability to manage your own schedule? Why isn't your business working for you? My name is Lisa Zevi. I'm an operational business coach, I'm a speaker, and I'm the author of the Amazon #1 best-selling book, The Real Entrepreneur, How to Simplify, Grow, and Enjoy Your Business. And today I'd like to share with you 3 simple steps that you can take to build a business that really works for you. So step number 1, figure out what you're really good at, which is normally the things that you love to do. Let me explain. If you think back to when you started your business, you had a special skill, a talent. Maybe you had an idea and you decided to start out on your own. You were a specialist. Maybe you're a designer. Maybe you're an engineer. Or maybe your specialist skill is that you're really great with people. Or maybe you're better at crunching the numbers. But here's the thing. In those early stages of your business, you found yourself having to be a generalist, having to get involved in so many different things you never thought you'd have to think about. Finance, legal, HR, hiring people, managing people. It makes most entrepreneurs feel completely overwhelmed, stretched too thin, and they risk burning themselves out. Which leads me on to my second step. Stop doing everything yourself. Remember why you started your business. What's that special passion that you have? What's that problem that you saw out in the world that you felt compelled to solve? And why are you the person to solve it? Figure out what puts you in your flow. Where do you add the most value to your business? What makes you amazing? Figure that out and then get other people to do everything else. Now, that puts many people well outside their comfort zone. And that is because most of us were conditioned from a very young age to focus on those things that we're not very good at. We go to school and we get compared to all the other children, same criteria, same level for everybody. And then we grow up and we enter into the world of work. And it's more of the same. I think that your presentation skills could do with some improvement, Lisa. More attention to detail, please. Companies spend millions and millions of pounds encouraging us to improve on our weaknesses. And so we expect ourselves to be able to do everything. I fundamentally disagree with this approach. We all need to start with what we're good at and build from there. Now, in order to stop doing everything yourself, you need to get really clear about where you add the most value in your business and separate that out from what you want everybody else to do. If you're not really clear, your team will get frustrated, annoyed with you. They might even sit back and, you know what, just let you get on and carry on doing everything yourself. The dark art of delegation is not an easy one for today's entrepreneur to master, but if you don't learn how to let go, your business will overwhelm you, and you will risk burning yourself out or falling out of love with your business. Now, most of my clients, they already have a small team, and so they tell me, I'm not doing everything myself, Lisa, what are you talking about? But their business is stagnating. They don't have the time to focus on growth. They are still involved in too many conversations. They are getting exhausted. You do not need to be involved in every single decision in your business. And that leads me on to step 3. Find the right people. And this is where it gets really tricky. You see, we all instinctively, we're drawn to people like us. They think like us. They respond like us. They approach problems like us. We feel comfortable with them. They're people like us. They're good people. But here's the thing. People like you will also struggle with all the things that you struggle with. And they will also avoid doing all the things that you'd rather not be doing. And so your team, those people that you need around you to make you successful, they need to be made up of different strengths and weaknesses, and they need to be wired different. Sounds logical, right? But it's difficult to let go and to give a task to somebody who's going to approach it in such a different way. And this is because we all see the world through our own eyes. I have no idea what it feels like to be you, any more than you have any idea what it feels like to be me. And so when we start building our own team around us of different people with different skills, we can't really understand, why are you doing it like that? Why can't you approach it like this? It's only logical. If you spend any time watching anybody tying their shoelaces, unraveling a knot, or spending any time on a computer, you will quickly conclude that they are doing it wrong because they're not doing it how you would. It also means that we find it difficult to see our own unique specialness. We look around in the world and we see everybody else and we expect ourselves to be able to do what everybody else can. Do you compare yourself to other people and give yourself a hard time because you're not doing more this or that? Yeah, me too. I have a client, Joanne, and she hired a salesperson. And she used to tell me that he wasn't very good at admin. And every time she mentioned this to me, I would say, is he good at selling? Is he good at the thing that you hired him to do? Oh, yes, she would tell me. He's absolutely amazing. The clients absolutely love him. I just wish he was better at spreadsheets. No, no, no. You see, it's so ingrained in us all to focus on our weaknesses and to want to improve them that we expect it of everybody else. It just doesn't make any sense. How about we take the extra money that that salesperson has generated for the business and we spend it to hire somebody that would be in their flow, in their comfort zone, doing what they love, doing the admin, supporting the salesperson, doing the things that he really would rather not do and is not very good at. So, those are my 3 steps. Get really clear about what you're good at, stop doing everything yourself, and find the right people. Easy, right? So why aren't we all doing it? In my experience, there are 3 main reasons why people don't follow my simple 3 steps. First of all, we tell ourselves this is just the way it is. There are so many myths out there about the heropreneur who is crushing it in the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning, chasing world domination and working crazy hours. And so we say to ourselves, this is the life that I have chosen, the life of the entrepreneur. And we tell ourselves just to suck it up. We try to push those feelings of guilt, of shame, of overwhelm to one side. But eventually they come back and they overwhelm us and we risk burning ourselves out. Some people quit, start something else, and then find themselves right back where they were just a few years down the line. If I give you another example, think of a football team. The second reason, I'm not going to get to the football team yet, I'll save that one for you. The second reason, even if you do realize that you need some help, most people think that they can't afford to take on people and team members. But here's the thing, when I ask my clients how much of their time do they spend in their flow, in their zone, adding the most value to their business, which is normally those revenue-generating activities, they tell me 20 or 30% of the time. In fact, I took on a new client a few weeks ago, David, and he told me he spends just 10% of his time on the phone with clients or face-to-face, just 10% of his time. Imagine what would happen in your business if you spent 60 or 70% of your time in your flow doing those activities that you add the most value. Now, you don't really have an affordability problem. You might have a cash flow issue, but at least you're clear now. But the most common reason number 3, why I find most people don't let go and don't stop doing everything themselves is that they feel guilty. That's right. Why should I get to do all the sexy stuff and leave all that boring stuff to everybody else? So now I need to let you into a little secret. I love doing a lot of the things that many of you in this room probably don't like doing. When I was a little girl, I used to play a game called Situation with my sisters. We used to take all the paper flyers that used to come through my mum's letterbox, you remember those, the takeaway menus, the leaflets, and we used to sit around the kitchen table and we used to pretend that we were working in an office. We used to file the papers, we used to write on the papers, and we used to organize ourselves, and we were so happy. And nowadays, I love nothing better than reconciling the finances, organizing my photographs, or geeking out on a good spreadsheet. And I promise you, I'm not the only one. See, this is what I mean when I say we don't really understand what it's like and how different we all are. I've spent most of my career being a right-hand woman, and now I spend my time with creative, ambitious, impatient entrepreneurs, helping them find people like me to work with. You see, if you take just one thing away from my talk today, the most amazing, liberating thing is that people like me may well be better at running the day-to-day of your business than you are, which leaves you with all the sexy stuff. And now I'm going to come to the football team. The football manager, he gets his team together, they have a plan, they make a strategy, and then the team go out on the pitch and they play the match. They don't consult with the manager every few minutes when they want to pass the ball to each other. They just play. Maybe the manager's pacing up and down the touchline, shouting helpful advice to his team, but they don't normally run on the pitch and start kicking the ball around. And when the team come off of the pitch, the manager doesn't go up to the goalkeeper and go, "Wow, great save there, mate. Pity you didn't score any goals." And he doesn't go up to his striker and go, "Wow, amazing hat-trick, but we need to work on your defensive skills." We find good people, we tell them what we want them to do, and then we let them get on with it. Imagine a world where we were focused on putting everybody in their flow. Imagine a world where we were encouraging ourselves and our people to play to their strengths. Imagine people in your business working in their flow, in their area of expertise, specialty, adding value to your business every single day. Imagine if we actually organized our businesses around putting people in flow. Now, if you have a product or service that your customers want to buy from you, then you can build a business that works for you. You can actually do all the sexy stuff. You can get out there talking to clients, talking to investors, spreading the word about your amazing product or service. You don't have to be crawling under the desks, figuring out the IT. You don't have to be spending hours on the legal or financial. And remember, all roads don't have to lead to Rome. There are many beautiful and capable cities to explore. And if you follow my 3 simple steps today, then you really can build a business that works for you. Thank you.